Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel, and it is time to close out Paycheck 2 and set up Paycheck 3. So I am excited to get into this and just kind of run the numbers because I have not been tracking very well, and I just need to know where do I stand right here, right now with my budget, and just move forward from here regardless of what I forgot or remembered in my transactions. So let's get started. Okay, I am back. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. I love to do budgeting videos. I talk about my faith, and I also do plan with me's. So I use Erin Condren Life Planner, and I use the hourly life planner, and I also use Erin Condren's daily life planner with the A5 rings agenda, which is really, really cool. In fact, I love it so much. I'm kind of grabbing something here. I keep on my desk one of the pages from the I love it so much, I actually keep out one of the pages from the daily A5 rings agenda. I can just pop those out and put them in whenever I want. I keep the day I'm on out on my desk. That way I can add to it, take away from it, and just really keep track of what I've been doing and what I need to do for the day. So I really love that aspect of it. Plan with me's are new to me, but I am enjoying it. But let's get back to the Paycheck 2 budget. So I'm going to close out this Paycheck 2 budget, and it was a doozy. Basically what I had to do was take my bank account numbers and find out what hasn't cleared in the bank and what is about to clear, what has cleared and what hasn't cleared. So if it hasn't cleared, I had to make sure that I subtracted that number from my bank balance, and there was only 2 or 3 things that hadn't cleared yet, and I took that out and then made sure my vacation money was still in there and I wasn't dipping into that yet, and just adjust all the numbers to make sure they fit. So I did transfer from savings a large sum of money. $1,160 of that was for our painter, though our painter couldn't get all the work done. He did do 3 days of work, and he's going to come back and reschedule for that for the rest of it. So we did pay him $608 of that $1,160. We're having the rest of our downstairs finished painted and taken care of, just sprucing up the house, making it fresh coat of paint everywhere, and we're loving it. The other part of that was the $1,300 that I needed from our vacation savings in our checking account so we can use our debit card to pay for gas, so we can pay for hotel, well, not the hotel, but things that we spend on going out to eat while we're on vacation, tickets for things, and so on and so forth. So that is what we're doing there. If you want to know where we're going and what we're doing, I have that in my next week's plan with me, so you check that out, because I do plan a little more detail, not a lot of detail, on what we're doing on vacation and where we're going. So let's go ahead and get into this. I think I'm going to go ahead and pop these sheets out, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. So just like a rings agenda, I like popping pages out of my agenda. I like popping pages out of my budget because it just makes life easier to write. So I'm going to get my pen I have over here and my calculator and go ahead and get that set up and get things started. So what we're going to total up first, and slide this over so you can see the calculator, is my balance forward from the previous paycheck. Still don't know how I was over in that, and then I never found the numbers, and now I'm under and over and just all kinds of confusing. So I'm starting fresh with Paycheck 3, but balance forward here, and that was $162.96, and then my husband's salary check was $2,313.29, and then I transferred from savings $2,601.56. Yeah, so that gives me a total balance in my checking account to start for income for Paycheck 2, which is 14 days long. It's 2 full weeks, so $5,777.81. And I'm not going to worry about this section over here. Let's see here. And I like to use the actuals. Some people like to do the over-under, especially when you're new to budgeting. Over-under is really important to see how frequently you go over a budgeted item that you're not tracking very well. And mine are so kind of regular or purposeful, I don't really concern about it as long as it's in the actual column the way it actually is. That's what I need. So as far as bills and expenses here, our tithing came out, our counseling session came out, our car insurance came out, and then we had another counseling session the next week, and then our electric bill came out, life insurance came out for 4 people, and then I have to put in what we spent on our grocery, household, restaurants, miscellaneous, and gasoline. We'll do that in just a second. So Dave painted, and we paid a partial payment of what we transferred over, $608.37. ABC Healthcare was a bill I forgot that my husband told me about that was coming out, and I forgot to put it in the budget, but that's okay. $54.32. We had no problem taking care of that. Now it says Dave paint save for later. So basically I take it out of the budget, but I'm actually going to mark this as 0. No, I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to carry this over until he shows up again. And so you're going to see this save for later thing several times, I think, unless I decide to put it back into savings, because he has not told me when he's going to have availability to finish off the downstairs. And it's a full living room paint, another coat that I started that didn't turn out as good as I hoped. And so I'm leaving it all up to the professionals, and the ceiling painting and in the living room, and then the ceiling painted in the kitchen. And the reason we're painting the ceilings is you can see where the other homeowners painted and left stray marks, and there are some water stains from previous leaks that don't exist anymore. So that have been fixed, and we just wanted a fresh coat of paint to make it look good. So I'm not sure how I'm going to handle that, but I think I'm just going to carry it over for now until I figure out what I need to do. Orkin spray, this is a sinking fund. So what I'll do when Paycheck 3, when I set that up, I'm going to reduce it by the amount of $88 and just pay out of pocket the difference, because they put granules down this time because it was too wet to spray for ants. And I like the granules better, so I'm willing to pay the extra, whatever difference is, $88 minus $95, so $78 I think. And then the seasonal surprise box, I bought 2 Erin Condren seasonal surprise boxes. I am so excited about that. Not sure when they're going to be in, or when I get to do that video, or when I get to do a seasonal surprise box giveaway. But it has something to do with the surprise box, and it is a giveaway. And keep track of my channel, subscribe, like, and comment, and you would definitely and hit that notification bell. That way you know when I do decide to do that seasonal surprise box giveaway, probably early September. Then once I get the box, I got to get the box first. I don't know when they're coming, but definitely want to do that contest and giveaway, because we have reached 200 subscribers, and I am super excited about that. And I do want to give away for that, and just show my appreciation. So yeah, that's what I have there. And that was an unbudgeted item. The giveaway was not the giveaway, but the seasonal surprise box went on sale today. Today is August 18th. It's a couple days before my husband's payday, but it's fine. I can still keep the numbers running. I just needed accurate numbers because it was driving me crazy. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the totals of what was spent on week 3 and, is it week 3? No, week 2 and week 3 of my weekly check-in. Add those numbers together, which I already have here off to the corner, and then I'm going to add them here, and we're going to have different numbers than what I had in my weekly check-in, because I know I messed up somewhere. So here we go. Grocery household, I have down $481.92. And we'll do the difference over here in the column just to see what it looks like. Eating out, we did $510. 25 cents. I don't know why I did that. 120 of that was a evening out, a special dinner, anniversary dinner. So that was kind of fun. Miscellaneous, $143.63. And gas, it was $97.47. Okay. All this underneath this is the unbudgeted that I would track in my weekly check-in, so I don't have to go back and worry about that. You would have seen, I don't know if I put Dave Painting in there, but I did put ABC Healthcare, I did put the Orkin, and I did put the Erin Condren, so that kind of thing. Now we're going to total up all of these expenses here. We're going to subtract by this number and find out what our balance is right now. Moving forward into whatchamacallit, Paycheck 3. And actually I just realized something. I'm going to go ahead and mark this 0 because I want to save it again. So I want to add it back into my budget here. That's what I love about budgeting. You make changes like this. I'm going to add it back in, and then I'm going to take it out. And you know what? I forgot to save that number. I'm going to mark it off to the side here. So it was 1160 minus the 608.37. I erased a little too soon. So I need 551.63, which I think if I look really closely, those are the same numbers. Off to the side, I'm going to just keep that off to the side. So here we go. We are ready to total all of our numbers here in the actual column. Okay, so my final number is $3,033.84. I'm going to make that a negative. I'm going to add it to the 5,000. Kind of got it crooked on here, sorry. 5,077.81, and that gives us $2,043.97. So that is perfect because what I needed. Okay, that is perfect. So that what I needed to know, and what I need to know is what is in the bank account. So, and I'm not going to give my bank account numbers because honestly, I don't have it in front of me, but what I need to know is what I can balance forward before the new paycheck hits my bank account, mine and my husband's bank account. His ours. I have a hard time saying we instead of me. So anyways, but this $2,000, and I'm going to subtract out and just do a little math here, minus the the $551.63 I want to save for painting. That gives me $1492.34, and I'm just kind of checking my notes here, and that's perfect. And then out of that is $1,300 that goes to our vacation that I had planned and transferred over. So that gives me $192.34, which is exactly the number I need to carry over for the next for Paycheck 3 with these things in mind. I may be balancing over $2,000, but I'm actually only balancing over free for week 4 of my weekly check-in, this $192, because 2 items are earmarked in there, the rest of the painting and then the vacation for $1,300. So the rest of the painting is $551.63, and then $1,300 goes to the vacation, and that'll be my week 5 check-in, and that is the income we're going to use for week 5. Anything over that $1,300 during week 5 or the last week of the month is meant to balance forward into September. So we'll see if I can keep this number or somewhere around this number. I do know it may be September, anywhere between September and November when the rest of the painting happens. So we'll go with that. So yes, this looks really, really good. So let's move forward to setting up my Paycheck 3. And I don't have, I haven't even sat down and done a draft for my Paycheck 3. So hopefully this turns out very well. I still have to pull my numbers and find out what it is I have bill-wise and all that for Paycheck 3. I hadn't even thought about that yet. So what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and pull up I have my calendar here on the side that has all the list of bills that are supposed to come out for Paycheck 3. and it's perfect to have it on a calendar because it's not as cluttered and it's very simple and streamlined, and I know what's already come out, I know what's going to come out, and we're just going to make it work. So the first thing I'm going to do is put the new number here from this paycheck. And so this is going to be a budgeted amount for $2,043.97. This worked with my bank account number. What I did is I took what it was there, and then I took out the savings that I wanted for the painting, and then what I transferred for the $1,300 for the vacation, and everything that was left, that's what is supposed to be balanced forward, but they're all going to be combined in one area. So I needed to know those numbers and anything that hadn't cleared yet, and so on and so forth, and this number matches that. So I am very happy with that. I would show all the math, but it gets a little more confusing the more detailed I get. So balance forward. Okay, and then we're going to do a salary. There is no overtime in the salary, so I am guessing $2,313.20. Oops. 20. I'm trying to decide between 28 and 29. I'm going to put 28. Sometimes it's 28, sometimes it's 29. I haven't figured out why they do that. And so the balance for the salary, and that's it. That's the only incomes I'm expecting. So we'll see. I know that's in the account. I know that will be probably coming, hopefully, as long as they pay. They did switch payroll systems, so it's kind of weird sometimes. So let's total this up and see what we have to work with. So $403.97 plus the $2,003.28. Okay. So this will be $4,357.25. All right. So I'm going to list our bills, and I'll come back and we'll talk about the amounts for these bills. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So this will be my first run through to look at these. I know there are fixed amounts that I have to go ahead and get down. I'm going to go ahead and start with city utilities. I'm going to send them $100. Okay, I'm back. I had to break away. I had a coughing spell. My throat went clear. So city utilities, I have $100. On the months, I do not have a bill because it's every other month. I send them $100. Instead of putting a sinking fund together and just put it off to the side and then paying the bill when it gets here, they are my sinking fund. They get to hold it. It's prepaid. I don't really care if they make a few cents on it. I just want an accurate bill when the bill comes. So to get an accurate bill, I averaged what 2 months would be. It averages throughout the year. If you took 12 months and divided it by 12, it's about $100 a month or $200 each bill cycle, which is every other month. So I just send them $100 on the months I don't have a bill, and then the months I do have a bill, they just send me a bill for the difference, and I pay that bill. And it works smooth and great, and they don't mind having the money. So I don't mind doing it that way. It's one less thing I have to remember and track in a sinking fund. So that's what I do there. And it's the only bill I really have that's like every other month or once a quarter or something like that. It's the only utility bill I have like that. Everything else is monthly, so it just made sense to do it that way. Vivint is my home security system, and that is $56.46 to cover, the services, people on call, the notification for emergency response and all that good stuff. So, and then the alarm system and all the things. So that's that. Sinking funds. So sinking funds are going to be a little bit different, and I have a sticky note somewhere. Anyway, so I have a sticky note and I've lost it. So I'm not going to worry about it. So sinking funds are typically, if I fund everything as planned, it is $380.66. That covers all sinking funds that I have that I'm currently funding at this time. I always fund it at the end of the month because that's when I have the most disposable income and the fewest amount of bills. So, but I did have, and I went ahead and paid Orkin out of the buffer my checking account, which was $88. So I'm not going to fund Orkin that portion that I normally do. And then that brings it to $92.66. And I'm also not going to fund my P.O. Box because 102, I paid on the credit card $102 for the 6 months for the P.O. Box. And so I'm going to just put in $190.66. That way, even though the money for the P.O. Box and the money in cash for the $88 for Orkin is still sitting in there, I don't have to move money but one direction. So if I lower it and leave it in my checking account, it repays me for what I've already spent in those two sinking funds, and then all the money gets reallocated basically to all the different sinking funds, and I just reduce the Orkin and the P.O. Box and increase all the others, and it just compensates. Now it's one savings account I'm putting all this money in, so it really doesn't affect the sinking funds individually. It's just one pot, it's all in one pot. So that's how I'm able to reduce how much I put in, because it's like me pulling out what I actually plan to spend on my sinking funds. Typically in our buffer, we have enough to cover whatever we need that's in the sinking funds, and I just lower this amount anytime I need to. Sometimes it's more than this, then I have to transfer funds. But it's only once or twice a year that I have to do that. So sinking funds are going to be $190.66 to fund all the others, and to reduce the ones that I've already spent for the month of September. Tithe is $310 for our church. Hopewell is $110. It's our Christian counseling. Visa. I will have to come back to Visa because my husband had to put $300 charge, and there's going to be another charge for his vehicle, and we need to call them about that because we're supposed to get the vehicle back soon. So anyways, we dropped off Monday. They had Tuesday to work on it, and it's Wednesday, and they still haven't called us. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm just going to set this up. I'm not going to have all the numbers because I don't know what the Visa is. But I'll give you a mock setup without the Visa. Sprint. That is a good question. I'm going to budget $290 because that's what it's close to. And then when the actual, I think I have the actual, I just haven't written it down, happens, then it'll just be under that. Verizon is $82.71. And that is that. And then I need to set up my grocery household. So give me 1 second. I gotta flip through my notebook here. And we're gonna set that up. So I'm gonna put 200 for grocery household. I am going to put 260 for restaurants because we've been going out a lot and being lazy. 220 for miscellaneous, and then 150 for gasoline. And let's add up the numbers without the Visa and see where we're at right now, because I can always do the Visa later, before the end of the month, but after Paycheck 3 kind of settles down. And if I can't cover all of it, then I can use Paycheck 1 at the next pay period to cover the rest of the Visa. So let's just do these numbers, and yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put 0 here. I will pay it. It's just, I just need to know what these numbers are, because I can erase this with this erasable Frixon pen. Love this pen. I use it for all my budgets every time. And we'll get the totals from here. So I will be right back. Okay, so I have $1,969.83. I'm good to go there. What I want to do is also kind of budget out the paint, the rest of the paint. So Dave, paint, save. All right, and I want to save that 500 and what was it? $51.63. So 551.63. Okay, and then I want to save And then I don't want to write down the vacation in here, but I want to see what the difference is. So we're going to take this number and we're going, which is, I'm going to write it off to the side here before I commit to writing it on paper. Let's see, $2,521.46. There we go. All right, so I wrote it down on this little piece of paper, and I'll make that negative and add that to this number, 4357.25, and that gives me $1,835 or $1,835.79. And if I take the $1,300 out for the vacation, it still leaves me $500 and some change. So that would definitely go into the Visa. So the Visa is going to be a little complicated. Part of it's going to be paid with the savings account. Part of it's going to be paid out of the checking account. So when I finalize that number, then when I'll do that with my actuals and reveal to you exactly how I plan to do it. Just because the car repair was emergency fund, we took it to an actual Jeep dealer. So their mechanics can work on it, and instead of AMCO, which is what we normally would do. But my husband, we wanted to take it to the Jeep dealer because we've not been completely satisfied with the change of management at the new at our old AMCO service center. So yeah, it's kind of weird. So we're just trying to figure out how to do it. Regardless, we always pay it off early and pay it off on time or whatever. But this time we just went to the dealership instead of putting it on AMCO and having them do it because of the timing he needed the vehicle to go to work and stuff. So yeah, so that is that. So I'm going to go ahead and write these numbers down. That is the difference between the two. I'm going to go ahead and write these numbers down here. The total I have up here is 252146. And then what I have for the buffer, 83579. So this is mostly for the vacation, and then the buffer, the checking account, and whatever's left in the buffer will go into paying the Visa, and we will move on from there. So I will keep a transaction log, and I might actually just create a transaction log. It will look just like some of my others, but and I'll show you in my new design for the month of September. So I keep these transaction logs here, and this is like restaurants, and I might just say travel across the, oops, you can't even see that. Travel across the top, and I just love this pattern. It's a cute pattern. Purple peonies is what I'm calling it. It's got that little check in the background, and then it's got these little flowers in the front, and it's just really, really, really cute. So it's just a simple transaction log: date, amount, description, and balance. So I always start with the balancing amount. So if this says travel at the top instead of restaurants, I can go, you know, the first day of travel, August 25th. The amount, 0. I always start with 0 in description. This is the budget for the vacation. And then I start with the $1,300 and just kind of subtract down from here. And that will be what I use to track. And when I get to my, oops, I'm making a mess. When I get to this sheet, all I would have to do is do one vacation line. So vacation spending here, 0 amount, because I didn't budget really for that. I'm just letting us run the buffer down in this $1,800, and then the actual number of the spending. And if I mark my transaction log 1,300 and subtract down, then I can tell how close we are getting to running out of money. And it would just be that amount, and it doesn't have to affect the rest of these numbers. So that's what I'm kind of excited about. I'm going to go ahead and write down vacation, travel, let's see, travel, expense. And I'm going to mark the 0 here. And then when the actual happens, then I'll do that. So that is going to be that. I'm going to go ahead and zoom us out and close out that video. Okay, so thank you for going on this journey with me and listening to my ramblings on how to fix my budget and how to move forward in my budget. And I feel so much better now. And I do appreciate your all's feedback and conversation in the comments. So leave a comment in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you've gotten this far in the video, say something along the lines of budgeting, budgeting fix. That's what we'll say. Budgeting fix, because that's what I had to do here. I had to fix the budget, and I had to come up with a creative way to have one account and have vacation money, and how do I track my vacation separate from my bills. So we closed out Paycheck 2, and that worked out pretty well. I have it balanced with the checking account, and I have Paycheck 3, and I have figured out how to brainstorm how to track the vacation travel expense. And I forgot the L. Cannot spell today. There we go. There we go. Travel expense. And to do a transaction log for that, and then use, but still use the checking account, which is going to be perfect. And then here's the bills that I know are going to come out. And I know I need to pay attention to the Visa and make a plan on how to pay that with the checking or savings, or how we're going to do that. Depending on the total, because we had emergency fund expenses in the credit card, and then regular subscriptions on our credit card. Right now our credit card log shows, just to give you an update on that, we have $1,196.84, and we're still waiting on some of the other stuff for the Jeep to be charged. It hasn't been charged yet. As you can see, I had stuff from last month that happened that we did, and then this month, and all the craziness. I'm not sure if I'm going to put tickets for the aquarium and the museums and stuff like that that we plan to go to on our vacation on the credit card or in the checking account, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, we're excited. It's crazy. Budgeting is fun. We're doing the budgeting fix. That's what we're doing. So let's see. Yeah, so that's my Paycheck 3, and hopefully when I get back from vacation and we close out Paycheck 3, because it's from the 19th, well, now we're saying the 18th till the 31st or 30th of the month, 31st, I can't remember which. Whatever the last day of August is, that is what this is going to be covering. And so I really hope it works out well. So I hope you have an amazing and blessed day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.